Hi everybody, this is Roy from Workforce Staffing Network. Now, I have a personal belief that every single one of you out there can start your own staffing agency. Whether you are an entrepreneur or a nurse wanting to start your own staffing agency, or perhaps you already have your own staffing agency and want to expand into healthcare. But the problem is, where do you start? How do you start? Where do you go to get documents? What are the rules? What type of insurance do you need? And how do you get contracts once you start? Or how do you find funding to make payroll? And do you need to spend $25,000 to buy your franchises? I've created for you what I'm calling the Bonus Silver Coaching Package Kit. Now, this coaching package has all the manuals, books, forms, and PowerPoint presentations you must have to successfully start your own healthcare staffing agency. You get the quick guide to starting a medical staffing agency, the Start Your Own Medical Staffing Agency ebook, the Recruiting Dynamics, Get Staffing Contracts, Medical Staffing Pricing Strategies, Medical Staffing Business Plan, Medical Staffing Forms, Medical Staffing Calculator, the Staffing Checklist, the Training Educational Series, the Self-Paced 12 Lessons with Checklist, and a bonus. You get 1 year of email coaching. It is essential that you have all these manuals, books, and forms to start your agency. I currently have students that today have secured contracts with major hospitals, and their biggest challenge is not getting contracts, but filling the positions. I've had students come to me only after they have spent $25,000 opening a medical staffing franchise, only to find out that their investment was just the fee of the franchise. They come to me because they have no idea how to get contracts. I believe we have three major pillars in starting a medical staffing agency. Pillar number 1 is the legal stuff, the website, insurance, etc. Pillar number 2 is recruiting. And pillar number 3 is getting contracts. Although all three pillars are important, I've found that if you can't secure contracts and fill those contracts with recruits, then what's the point of having a staffing agency? My coaching kit will provide you a step-by-step approach to keeping your costs down while starting your agency. I've had clients that spent over $2,000 building a website when they could have done it for just $100. I've had students come to me after they lease an office space with a monthly lease of over $500 a month when they could have done it for $50 a month. Why should you trust me and trust my information? Well, back in 1999, I started out as an Xray technologist, working for a medical staffing agency, a registry for short. In 2003, I was promoted as a salesperson and was responsible for Los Angeles, Orange County, and San Bernardino County. These are some of the biggest counties in Southern California. I was responsible for securing contracts for this multi-million-dollar staffing agency. In 2005, I earned my MBA degree and I was hired by a different company as a marketing director and more than doubled the gross revenue of that company in less than a year. I then started my own staffing agency in 2007 and eventually sold that company and began focusing on coaching and training others to do the same. All of the material, manuals, books, PowerPoint, and forms are created by me. The material is based on my experience through my many years in this field. I cannot promise you that you will be able to generate $1 million a year in gross revenue and you will be successful. But what I can promise you is that my manuals, books, and training has been responsible for creating many healthcare staffing agencies that today I have clients that are billing between $200,000 to $3 million a year. Are you starting to understand why I am so confident in saying that I know that if you are starting your own agency, you really need to have the tools and resources to do it right, and that is what I am offering you here today. I get it. You probably don't want to spend money. You're thinking that you will figure it out yourself. Can it be done? Sure. Eventually you will figure it out. But how much time and money will you waste in the process? Let me put it this way. My clients have told me that the money they spent to purchase my course was nothing compared to what they saved with my experience and cost-cutting techniques. Go to Google and type cost to buy a medical staffing franchise. I guarantee you will need to have at least $25,000 in liquid capital and have a net worth of $100,000 to buy a medical staffing franchise. Plus, you will have to pay them around 5% a year of your gross revenue for life. Why do they charge so much? Because you are buying a franchise instead of doing it yourself. But you cannot do it yourself without any guidance, information, and the right documents. That is why I created my course. I am not a franchise, nor do I collect fees. I don't upsell you anything. You get everything you need to start your agency and the resources you need to get started. And you get the 1 year of email coaching that alone has a value of $1,200. You're probably wondering, what is this course worth that I am offering? If you decide to purchase these documents individually and purchase the email coaching for 1 year, it would cost you just under $2,300. These manuals are jam-packed not only with the step-by-step guide to starting your nursing or radiology staffing agency, but it also has the guides and resources to avoid the costly mistakes most new or inexperienced staffingpreneurs do when wanting to start their own agency. Plus, don't forget, if you get stuck or are unsure, you can simply email us your questions and we will get you right back on course. I know my coaching kit is good, or how can I make the claim of having many of my students today leading very financially productive businesses using my training and coaching that is offered in my coaching kit. My personal favorite manual is the Get Staffing Contracts. Why? Because it's a real-world view on getting past hospital and clinics gatekeeper and using my experience and how I was able to secure contracts. Listen, some of the techniques will be more complex than others in securing contracts. I remember one particular contract took me 6 months to secure, but it proved to be one of my biggest contracts. But you will benefit from learning from my mistake and possibly shortening that period to weeks and not 6 months. It was just a simple word I used. It sounds simple and almost embarrassing on some level, but this is what I am teaching you to avoid my mistakes and get past the gatekeepers. If you simply take the time to click below, start your business, start your medical staffing or nursing staffing agency today. You will have powerful information on your side, but most importantly, you will become a staffingpreneur. The cost is only $299, and you will have immediate access to all the manuals, forms, books, PowerPoints, and checklists immediately. Thank you, everybody.